Have you noticed that words on a medicine bottle seem harder to read than they did a few years ago? Maybe street signs become slightly blurry after dinner, or the television looks perfectly clear in the morning but somehow loses its sharpness by evening. Most people assume this is simply what aging looks like. They schedule another eye exam, receive a stronger prescription, and continue with life, believing nothing else can be done. But what if your eyes are not the real problem? What if they are simply reporting what is happening inside your body every single day? That possibility changes everything. Your eyesight is one of the most energy-demanding systems in the human body, constantly relying on oxygen, nutrients, and a stable environment to perform millions of tiny calculations every second. When that environment begins to change, your vision may be one of the first places to notice it. The surprising part is that many of those changes begin long before a doctor ever says the word diabetes or identifies a serious eye disease. They begin quietly, with repeated blood sugar swings, chronic inflammation, poor sleep, nutrient deficiencies, and habits that seem harmless but gradually place stress on the delicate tissues that allow you to see the world clearly. That is why so many adults over 60 experience gradual blurring, halos around lights, difficulty reading fine print, or eyes that tire much faster than they used to. These changes are often accepted as unavoidable, yet your daily routine may be influencing them more than you realize. Before we continue, there is one important warning. If you ever experience sudden vision loss, flashing lights, a dark curtain across your field of view, or a sudden explosion of new floaters, seek emergency medical care immediately, because those symptoms require urgent evaluation. But if your vision has slowly changed over months or years, today's discussion may help you understand why. Think about what happens after a typical breakfast of toast, sweet cereal, fruit juice, or pastries. Your body quickly breaks those foods into glucose, sending sugar into your bloodstream. Glucose itself is not the enemy. Every cell in your body needs it for energy. The problem begins when those levels repeatedly rise higher and faster than your body can comfortably manage. The natural lens inside your eye is extremely sensitive to these fluctuations. Unlike many other tissues, it depends on the surrounding fluid for nutrients, meaning changes in blood sugar can influence its environment within a short period of time. When glucose levels rise significantly, water movement inside the lens can shift, temporarily affecting how light is focused. This is one reason some people notice that their vision changes throughout the day instead of remaining constant. It is also one reason why replacing glasses every year may not always address the underlying issue. Now imagine this process happening not once, but thousands of times every year. Every sugary snack, oversized dessert, sweet drink, or heavily processed meal asks your body to work harder to restore balance. Over time, those repeated challenges may contribute to stress throughout the body's smallest blood vessels. The retina, located at the back of the eye, depends on an incredibly fine network of microscopic vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients every second of the day. These tiny structures are so delicate that even small, long-term changes in metabolic health can influence how efficiently they perform their job. Unlike muscles that can rest after exercise, the retina never takes a day off. It continues working from the moment you wake until the moment you fall asleep, constantly translating light into signals that your brain recognizes as faces, colors, words, and movement. Because of this non-stop activity, retinal cells require an enormous amount of energy and nutritional support. Researchers have long recognized that the retina is among the most metabolically active tissues in the human body. That means it thrives when your internal environment is stable and struggles when inflammation, oxidative stress, and blood sugar instability become daily companions. Many people spend hundreds of dollars on expensive eye vitamins while ignoring the everyday habits that may have a much greater influence on overall eye health. Consider two different mornings. One person begins the day with eggs, plain yogurt, berries, and a handful of nuts. Another starts with sweet coffee, white toast covered in jam, and packaged cereal. Both have eaten breakfast, but their bodies will likely experience very different glucose responses. The first meal combines protein, healthy fats, and fiber, which generally slow digestion and promote steadier energy. The second meal is digested much more quickly, creating a sharper rise in blood sugar, followed by a faster decline. Hours later, the second person may feel tired, hungry, and reach for another sugary snack, repeating the same cycle again. These daily patterns matter because your body remembers them, even when you do not. Every meal becomes part of a long-term story that influences energy, circulation, and the condition of tissues throughout the body, including the eyes. Another overlooked factor is hydration. As we age, the sensation of thirst naturally becomes weaker, causing many older adults to drink less water than they actually need. Even mild dehydration can contribute to dry eyes, discomfort, and temporary visual changes. Instead of immediately assuming permanent damage, sometimes the body is simply asking for better hydration and a healthier internal balance. Sleep also deserves attention. During deep sleep, countless repair processes become active throughout the body. Cells replace damaged components, hormones rebalance themselves, and the brain clears metabolic waste accumulated during the day. Consistently sleeping 5 or 6 hours instead of 7 or 8 may gradually reduce the body's ability to recover from daily stress. Many people focus only on what they eat, while forgetting that recovery is just as important as nutrition. Physical activity plays another remarkable role. A simple 10 to 15-minute walk after meals encourages muscles to use circulating glucose for energy, helping maintain healthier metabolic responses without requiring intense exercise. It is one of the simplest habits available, yet many people underestimate its value because it seems almost too easy to make a difference. The truth is that long-term health is often built through ordinary actions repeated consistently, rather than dramatic changes attempted for only a few days. Your eyes are connected to every system inside your body. They respond to circulation, nutrition, inflammation, stress, hydration, movement, and sleep. Instead of thinking of blurry vision as an isolated problem, consider it a message inviting you to pay closer attention to your overall health. Small improvements practiced every day may support not only clearer vision, but also better energy, healthier aging, and a higher quality of life in the years ahead. There is another reason vision changes so gradually that many people never connect it to their daily habits. The human body is incredibly good at adapting. If your eyesight declines by 1% every few months, your brain quietly adjusts until one day you realize you are holding a menu farther away, increasing the brightness on your phone, or avoiding driving at night because headlights suddenly seem too bright. These small adjustments feel normal, yet they often reflect years of accumulated stress on the visual system, rather than a problem that appeared overnight. One of the biggest contributors is chronic inflammation, a low-level process that can remain active for years without causing pain. Diets high in ultra-processed foods, frequent sugar spikes, lack of movement, poor sleep, and ongoing stress may all contribute to an internal environment where inflammation becomes part of daily life. The eyes, because they contain delicate tissues and tiny blood vessels, are especially sensitive to these conditions. This is why protecting your vision is not only about eye exams, but also about supporting the health of your entire body. Another factor many people overlook is muscle loss after the age of 60. Healthy muscles do much more than help you walk or lift groceries. They act like storage sites for glucose, helping remove excess sugar from the bloodstream after meals. When muscle mass decreases due to inactivity, the body becomes less efficient at handling carbohydrates, making blood sugar swings more likely. The good news is that simple resistance exercises, carrying light weights, using resistance bands, or even regular body weight movements performed several times a week can help preserve muscle and support healthier metabolism. Nutrition plays an equally important role. Colorful vegetables contain natural compounds that help protect cells from oxidative stress. Spinach, kale, broccoli, bell peppers, carrots, and other deeply colored vegetables provide nutrients that support overall eye function, while also benefiting the heart and brain. Eggs offer highly absorbable carotenoids, fatty fish provide omega-3 fats that support the surface of the eye, beans and lentils supply fiber that helps slow glucose absorption, and nuts and seeds contribute minerals involved in hundreds of biological reactions. None of these foods work like magic on their own, but together they create an environment that supports healthy aging instead of working against it. Meal timing is another habit worth considering. Many people snack continuously from morning until late at night, giving the body very little opportunity to rest. Finishing dinner a few hours before bedtime and avoiding unnecessary late-night snacks may help promote steadier overnight metabolism while supporting normal recovery processes during sleep. It is also helpful to pay attention to how different meals make you feel. Instead of counting every calorie, notice whether your energy remains stable or crashes after eating, whether your vision feels sharper or more tired, and whether you stay satisfied for several hours or immediately crave another snack. These simple observations can teach you more about your body's responses than many people realize. Hydration deserves another mention because it affects more than thirst. Tears are essential for clear vision, comfort, and protecting the surface of the eye. When hydration is poor, the tear film may become less stable, leading to irritation, burning, and temporary blurriness that many people mistake for worsening eyesight. Drinking water consistently throughout the day, especially in warmer weather or during physical activity, supports this natural protective system. Sunlight is another silent factor. Years of excessive ultraviolet exposure may contribute to changes within the eye, making quality sunglasses and wide-brimmed hats simple investments in long-term eye health. At the same time, spending every hour indoors is not the answer either. Moderate outdoor activity supports physical fitness, mood, sleep quality, and overall metabolic health, creating benefits that extend far beyond vision alone. Stress management is equally important. When stress hormones remain elevated for long periods, they influence blood sugar regulation, sleep quality, blood pressure, and inflammation. Many older adults carry responsibilities involving family, finances, or caregiving, while rarely taking time for themselves. Even 10 minutes of walking, stretching, quiet breathing, gardening, or reading can become valuable daily habits that help restore balance. One practical strategy is to build meals around protein, vegetables, healthy fats, and fiber before adding refined carbohydrates. Starting with grilled chicken, fish, beans, eggs, or yogurt alongside vegetables often leads to steadier energy than beginning with bread, pastries, or sugary drinks. Another helpful habit is taking a gentle walk after your largest meal instead of sitting immediately on the couch. Research continues to show that even short periods of movement after eating support healthier glucose control and improve overall metabolic function. Remember that your body responds to patterns, not perfection. One birthday cake or holiday dinner will not determine your future vision, just as one healthy salad cannot erase years of poor habits. What matters is the routine you repeat most often. If you consistently choose nourishing foods, stay active, sleep well, remain hydrated, and schedule regular medical and eye examinations, you create conditions that allow your body to function at its best. Many people spend years searching for a single miracle pill while overlooking the power of ordinary habits practiced every day. Your eyes are remarkable organs, constantly adapting and working without complaint, but they also reflect the condition of the body that supports them. When you improve your metabolic health, strengthen your muscles, reduce inflammation, and provide the nutrients your cells need, you are investing in much more than clearer vision. You are investing in independence, confidence, and the ability to continue reading, driving, traveling, recognizing loved ones, and enjoying the world around you for many years to come. The most encouraging part of this conversation is that your body is constantly responding to the choices you make today rather than the mistakes you made years ago. Every balanced meal, every walk after dinner, every full night of sleep, and every glass of water becomes another signal telling your body to repair instead of struggle. That is why healthy aging is not about chasing perfection, but about creating consistent routines that your body can rely on. Many people believe that once they pass 60, decline is inevitable, and nothing can be done except accept stronger glasses, more medications, and less independence. Science tells a more hopeful story. The human body continues adapting throughout life, and even modest improvements in nutrition, physical activity, and metabolic health can produce meaningful benefits. If you begin your morning with a protein-rich breakfast instead of a sugar-heavy one, you may notice steadier energy before lunch. If you fill half your plate with vegetables and include healthy fats and fiber, you may stay satisfied longer while supporting healthier blood sugar responses. If you walk for 10 or 15 minutes after your largest meal, instead of remaining seated, your muscles immediately begin using glucose for energy, reducing the burden on your body's natural regulatory systems. These are simple actions, yet repeated every day, they create a powerful foundation for long-term wellness. It is also important to remember that your eyes do not work alone. They depend on a healthy heart to deliver oxygen, healthy blood vessels to transport nutrients, healthy kidneys to maintain fluid balance, healthy muscles to regulate glucose, and a healthy brain to process everything you see. When one system improves, the others often benefit as well. This is why people who commit to healthier lifestyles frequently report more than better vision. They sleep more deeply, wake with more energy, think more clearly, move with greater confidence, and feel more capable of enjoying everyday activities. Another valuable habit is paying attention to small changes before they become major problems. Schedule regular eye examinations, even if your vision seems stable. Monitor blood pressure, discuss blood sugar and cholesterol with your healthcare provider, and never ignore new or unusual symptoms. Prevention is almost always easier than treatment. Instead of waiting until reading becomes impossible or night driving feels unsafe, support your visual health every single day through the choices that are completely within your control. Think of your body like a garden. You cannot force a plant to grow overnight, but if you provide sunlight, water, healthy soil, and consistent care, growth naturally follows. Your eyesight responds in a similar way. Nourish your body with whole foods, stay physically active, manage stress, drink enough water, protect your eyes from excessive sunlight, and give yourself enough time to recover through quality sleep. These habits may seem ordinary, but together they create an environment where your body can perform at its best. Before we finish, I want you to try something simple tonight. Take a short walk after dinner, drink a glass of water instead of a sugary drink, and notice how your eyes feel tomorrow morning. Then repeat those same habits for 1 week. You may be surprised by how much your body appreciates consistent care. Finally, remember that getting older does not mean giving up the ability to influence your health. Every day is another opportunity to support your vision, protect your brain, strengthen your heart, and maintain the independence that allows you to enjoy life on your own terms. If you found this information valuable, subscribe to Dr. James Wellness for practical, science-based strategies that make healthy aging easier to understand and apply. And before you leave, tell us your age and the biggest change you've noticed in your eyesight over the last few years. Your experience may encourage someone else to start taking care of their health today, instead of waiting until small problems become much bigger ones.